Isn't it reassuring to learn that some things never change? He shed the dashiki, but he's still breaking it down. Dean Kagan, who I'm going to invite to the podium to present this special award. First, thank you for your informative, inspiring talk earlier, updating us on the impressive developments at Harvard Law School. And thank you for welcoming this event to Harvard Law School. Your enthusiastic support has made the celebration a wonderful event. On my way here, Ted Wells implored me to be sure that those who missed your talk earlier were aware of the extraordinary impact that you've had on the law school. Not the least of which is the fact that last year the law school admitted more African Americans than ever before in its history. Second only to Howard Law School in producing black attorneys. Elena, let's make a run for the title. When has Harvard ever been happy being number 2? Anybody agree with that? Of course, right? To get a sample of, just to get a sample of the changes she's made at the law school, take a walk around the campus. You'll be impressed with the changes in the physical plant alone, especially the resources for the students. Visit the HARC. See how that's changed. The change is amazing. Although it made me a little bitter when I thought back to what what it was like when I was here. More importantly, Elena, thank you for all that you have done to make Harvard Law School a warm and welcoming place for all members of the Harvard Law School family. Please join us now to present this very special award to our honored guest.
You know, I have this feeling that when Peter Bino's introduction became a reflection, that was because somebody decided that I should have the privilege of introducing Senator Barack Obama. And all I want to say is that whoever in the alumni office had whoever that person was who had the bright idea of sandwiching me between Peter Bino and Senator Barack Obama, well, that person may want to reconsider their future. What an extraordinary event this is. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you, Neil. You have just outdone yourselves. I can't, you know, David Wilkins, when David Wilkins put this event together some 5 years ago, who ever thought that anybody could outdo what he did and what this event was then? But Neil and Sharon, I think you may have accomplished it. What a great event this is. Thank you. And, you know, let's be frank, it's a great event because of the people under this tent. This is such an extraordinary community of people. A community of people who have accomplished so much, a community of people who have done so much good in the world. I cannot think of a greater testament to Harvard Law School than all of you. And to have you back here with us today fills me with just extraordinary pride, and I thank you for that. It is my great pleasure to introduce Senator Barack Obama and to give him this award. I've actually known Barack for some number of years. Before I came to Harvard Law School, I was a professor at the University of Chicago Law School, where Senator Obama taught, and it was the fondest wish of the University of Chicago Law School faculty to convince Barack to become one of us, to join the faculty and to teach there. And we tried on many, many occasions to convince Barack to do that. But Barack decided that he wanted to serve the people of Illinois in deeper and more profound and broader ways than he could as a member of a law school faculty. And that's not surprising, really. It's consistent with a lot of choices that Barack had already made in his life. David Wilkins told me a story just yesterday. He said that when Barack was a student here, David had known him, and of course Barack went through Harvard Law School, just sort of as Peter Bino said, took it by storm. Ken Mack just told me, Ken was in his class, assistant professor here now. Ken Mack just told me that Barack was a rock star here when he was a student. And David told me yesterday, he said, you know, when Barack was a student here, David said, well, you know, the next thing to do, Barack, is, you know, to apply for a clerkship, and then you get a Supreme Court clerkship, and that will sort of set you up for life. And once again, Barack said no, that he understood that these things were prestigious and that they would do great things on your resume, but that he had other things to do, and what he had to do was to go back to Illinois and serve the people of his community there. And it's that passion for service, you know, that commitment to be of use, to give back, to make a real difference in the world, that's what makes Barack Obama Barack Obama. And that's what makes Barack Obama, for me and for so many others, a hero. You know, I have something of a political background myself, and when the Democratic National Convention came to town, I asked some friends of mine for some tickets, and I went each night to the convention. And let me tell you the dirty little secret of political conventions. It's that actually nobody listens to the speakers. You know, people mill around and they talk and they chat and they eat and they drink, and actually they have no idea what's going on at that podium up there. But the night that Barack Obama spoke, not then even Senator Obama, he opened his mouth, he said a few words, and the place was mesmerized. You could have heard a pin drop. And in part, that's because of all these, well, you know, rock star qualities that he has, the eloquence, the magnetism, the great looks, the brilliance. But just as much, it's because when Barack Obama speaks, when he opens up his mouth, you know you're getting the real deal. You can see his integrity, his decency, his commitment, and his heart. And I think everybody in that room, in that great hall, felt privileged to be at the coming out party of someone who will be, and someone who deserves to be, and someone who the rest of us need to be. One of the truly great political figures, one of the truly great public servants of our time. I felt so incredibly proud just to have known Barack a little bit that night, and I feel so proud today to recognize Barack as an alumnus of this law school and to honor him. Barack spoke in that convention speech of the audacity of hope. Barack, Senator Obama, you give so many of us hope. Hope in our political life, hope in our country, and hope in the future. And it is a very great pleasure to give you this award today.